Um, Next match, we got the Lucha Brothers defending the AEW tag titles versus FTR. Um, I think is yet again it could be a great match. 'Cause unlike the AAA match that they had, this one's going to be actually built up. And it's
And this is
FTR wanting to be
yeah,
double champions.
you're gonna know who's in the match at least.
Yeah, FTR wants to be double champions. They want to be the first two-time AEW tag champions. Um, and it's the perfect challengers for the Lucha Brothers.
The
Um,
Lucha who want to prove themselves and like by beating the arguably the best tag team in the business.
exactly. And FTR has kind of, let's face it, when we were talking about New Japan factions, Pinnacle has kind of evaporated also for the most part. Occasionally they'll bring them
Which
back
is a good
together.
thing.
But FTR has basically rejuvenated themselves the past month. Like, they're doing a lot more. Ever since they lost to Sting and Darby, they've kind of rejuvenated.
Yeah, exactly. That was good, and they're doing their own thing. Again, I still do not understand the whole like MJF was supposed to be the richest guy on the AEW roster, having to
Yeah,
sell the
it's
services
odd.
of the ER to Andrade, and then Andrade actually kind of falling off of that
Yeah.
feud with the Lucha Brothers. Now he's just feuding with Cody randomly.
And it was odd that, even though I get the characters are connected, I thought it was odd having FTR attack him this past week. It just kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, it kind of like takes away from what FDR are the role they're
Yeah.
on right now.
It's like multiple. It's like it's
Eh, And
two
here's the
different
thing,
programs.
and here's the thing, we were talking about like oversaturation of talent. AEW has talent that they can put in that position instead of FTR for Andrade.
Yeah, yeah,
They, there is a lot of people in there that they do not. The Gun Club. Use the Gun
yeah.
Club. No one's using the Gun
Yes,
Club. Use the Gun Club.
exactly.
Hell, use anyone
And
from the from the
also,
factory. Where's the
speaking of the
factory?
Gun Club, unless they've done something on Dark or Dark Elevation, on Dynamite or Rampage, they never really followed through with Billy Gunn's heel turn.
Yeah, and him against Paul White or the Big Show. That was never it. But like I
Yeah,
told you guys, this was just filler. It was just they didn't even come out during the match that they were building up with that heel turn. It's
yeah. It made no sense.
yeah, it's weird. But
Um,
you could have used those. You could have used guys from the Nightmare Factory to help Andrade. It's there's
exactly.
not the Nightmare Factory from just the factory. I guess now that's turning.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect because it would have been, like
Because
QT being like, "Oh,
it
hey
works
guys,
that
work
yeah it
underneath
works
Andrade and learn some steps."
and it works that QT would take a payoff.
Yeah,
It makes more sense.
it does.
Oh well.
Um, Next up, we got Inner Circle, which is Men of the Year and America's Top Team.
Ugh.
Um, I I've enjoyed banter between Jericho and Lambert, but
To a
it's
point.
almost become the same thing every single
Because
week.
because they did it every week and now it's like yeah we get it. It's even like Lambert has lost his edginess as this
Yes.
program goes along. Like
Um,
there was that one promo where he was like in the VIP box with the Men of the Year.
mm,
He was congrats on doing that, and I think his promo work fell off from that point for going forward.
has. And here's the other thing with end of the year is Ethan Page. Don't want to put a mic in his hand because Ethan Page with a microphone basically shows that he doesn't need Lambert as a mic man.
Exactly.
Um, and
Exactly.
it's
Ethan
like,
Page has a distinction about him. I remember the
yeah,
One Evolve show I went to. I one of the takeaways I had was how great this guy was on the mic.
yeah. He he didn't really get a whole lot of mic time on like Impact until like the end, and he was great on that. Um, his YouTube channel where he goes toy hunting and everything every week. It just shows how much he likes to talk. Like he just rambles on and on. And whenever he does cut a promo on or is handed a microphone on Dynamite or Rampage, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, wow, this guy could be like AEW's Rock, or it could be a situation where like kind of like when Undertaker and Kane were about to beat up D'Lo Brown and The Rock made the save, and then D'Lo just kind of ditched The Rock. You could have a situation like that with Ethan Page trying to save like Scorpio or something, and Scorpio just kind of bails on him.
And you can just push Ethan Page going forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, Men of the Year, in a way, they actually don't even fit in with Lambert's ideas because kind of metrosexual in a way.
They are kind of like, and then he is gonna talk about like how wrestling used to be back then when wrestling and how wrestling is right now. One of the guys you've aligned with wrestled himself.
Yeah, you have you have an essential spot monkey from PWG and ROH and Scorpio Sky. Then you have a guy that had a cinematic match versus himself in Impact.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you look at it, like I mean, like if you have no idea about any of these people who were before EW, it sort of works.
Yeah.
With the exception of
even
them,
seeing them on stage together, it's like it's just kind of a clash of styles because you see these MMA guys, then you got these guys wearing like Hawaiian shirts and Hawaiian shorts, just kind of laughing at everything, and it's
then
just like,
and then there's Dan Lambert in a work shirt, like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah,
what? This is like the weirdest party I've ever been to.
it is.
Like,
and then in the ring you have Inner Circle all wearing matching leather vests. It's a very odd thing to see.
It is a very this is sort of like an updated West Side Story type of thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's like Chris Jericho and Paige Van Zandt.
It is, yeah. I don't know how to call this one. Like, I'd love to see Ethan Page get the pinfall on Jericho. Honestly, you don't really want to have a team that has Sammy on it necessarily take the pin with him being the TNT champion right now.
I don't know. I think it's because every match they've had, like American Top Team's team has been winning, so
yeah,
this might be the comeuppance for the Inner Circle.
So I'm thinking.
And Chris Jericho pins Dan Lambert, I guess, or something.
Something, or make him tap or something.
Yeah. And let's again.
Seeing Lambert tap out would be perfect.
Yeah. If he taps out, also to like a legit MMA looking submission hold, that would be.
Yeah.
That would be the best thing. And we were talk about hot shotting again. How did this feud even start? It didn't even make sense. It's just.
It started.
Dan Lambert was berating the wrestling, and just Chris Jericho decided, you know what, I'm gonna take up.
So happened, yeah.
Which it's kind of like, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of the matches on this card have the same thing. I don't feel the heat of these feuds. I didn't feel the heat of the Super Click versus the Lucha Express. The Jurassic Express. I don't feel the heat of. I definitely don't feel the heat of Britt Baker versus
honestly, to go back to the 6-man tag, I think they kind of fucked up by having Christian and Jurassic Express return this past week because they made it seem like they were going to be injured for a while. So I actually would have held off on them returning until after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because they're trying to cram so much into this feud. Meanwhile, Hangman versus Kenny Omega, there's seemingly nothing going on there.
Oh,
it's a tale of there's a schizophrenic vibe to this show, which I'm not gonna lie adds to the interest factor of it. But
it does.
What do we have next?
I'm gonna hold off on the number one contenders match.
I'm gonna just say this before Inner Circle versus ATT. I hope this is the end of it. It's kind of like
me too.
And
Although I would be cool once down the line. I'd be cool with Ethan Page versus Sammy again, with Ethan winning the TNT title, but
Yeah,
keep that like 2 or 3 months from now.
yeah, I could see that. And if they're gonna use Junior Dos Santos and Jorge Masvidal, they still need a mouthpiece. I don't know if they're gonna be able to hold on to Daniel Amber that long though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something's got to change.
Um, Britt Baker versus Tay Conti, we kind of touched on earlier. Tay Conti still green, but she definitely works hard in the ring. Um, and she'd be a good Rampage title defense for Britt Baker.
Yeah.
But having her go
She should
for
have
the
been the
title,
Rampage title events, and Ruby Soho
Anna Jay
should have been. Hmm?
Ruby
Anna,
Soho should have been,
yeah.
because it should have been like Anna Jay on Rampage, or Tay Conti on Rampage, Anna Jay on Dynamite, and Ruby Soho right here.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Obviously Baker's gonna win.
It should be a good match. I mean, like Ty Conti has not shown that much. Like,
no, but
dare I say
still,
Anna Jay has showed much more than she did, even though
it's still one of those situations, kind of like with Liv Morgan, where Tay Conti shows that she has a lot of heart, and either one of them are like a Dana Brooke, where you can just tell that they're not improving.
you mean their MMA boy? You mean their MMA boyfriends went and punched an internet troll at their house again as well?
Yes, yes, just like that. But yeah, I'd be happy if Tay Conti gives her best match right here. I think, and honestly, I think Britt Baker is talented enough to pull that match out of her.
I hope so, and for the love of God, I hope Tay Conti does not ham it up.
Same here, same.
Because I don't believe her when she's hamming it up. She used to do the same thing in NXT, and I used to hate it then as well.
I did
where she does the whole fake like I'm fired up thing, and no, you're not.
Yes,
you're pretending to be fired up. It's.
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you like that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.